And I quickly realized I got the best physique in here, like naturally, and I'm pretty much the strongest guy in here. So this is something I can do that's positive for my life. I left home at 16 and I got in a bit of trouble. I was in a detention center, and in there they had weights, and there were 300 guys in there. And I quickly realized I got the best physique in here, like naturally, and I'm pretty much the strongest guy in here. So this is something I can do that's positive for my life. And I didn't know at that point that would lead to being Mr. Olympia and everything. I just knew if I put my energy into something positive, I would get something positive back. Maybe I'll win some contest. Maybe maybe I can open my own gym one day or something. That was how it started.
Yeah, the 90s were so different. Like, everyone's sort of combat sports are the thing now, but my dad's era in the 90s, you always was like, if you weren't a bodybuilder, you were no one. Like, to my dad.
I think it was a peak of interest in bodybuilding, and now, you know, in the 90s, we had bodybuilding. We didn't have fitness, CrossFit, men's physique. Yeah. We didn't have MMA. All these other avenues that people might take now, those kind of guys were all going into bodybuilding. Everyone wanted to be a bodybuilder in the 80s and 90s. It was the peak of the popularity. Although, I suppose the industry as a whole is bigger now, but it's much more diverse. It's not just bodybuilding, there's many more categories involved.
There was kind of an obsession, I think, in the 90s as well with people changing their bodies, be that sort of bodybuilding in the gym or plastic surgery and those kind of things. And those two things seem to coincide a bit as well.
Well, if you look at the movies, what were popular in the
Baywatch,
the late 80s, I mean, you got all the Arnold's movies. They started with Conan and the Terminator. Then you got Stallone. So everybody wanted to, you know, build their physique. Now it's a bit different, you know.
You know, when you were talking about getting into trouble, and I'm aware you lost your father at a young age, and then you and your mother weren't that particularly close.
Yeah.
I wondered if that difficulty that you had growing up sort of gave you that mental strength that you had, because we always hear about how a fighter, take Kamaru Usman of the UFC right now, like some people who've had a rough start in life, they seem to be able to go to another level that people who've maybe been mollycoddled just can't go to.
Absolutely. I remember seeing not so long ago Mike Tyson's son on the pads, and he looked, wow, it's a bit Tyson-esque, you know?
Yeah.
And they asked Tyson, you know, would he make a champion? He's like, no way. Like, why not? Because he hasn't lived my life. He's been comfortable. So he's not going to be able to do it.